Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Sound Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at your look and vibe through the eyes of others. So, how other people see your look and your vibe. So, for pile number 1, we have Black Tourmaline with the Morning Star. For pile number 2, we have Blue Lace Agate with the Prophetess of the Sacred Way. And for pile 3, we have Pyrite with the Enlightened Feminine. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is standing out to you the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose the Black Tourmaline Crystal and the other card with the Morning Star, we'll take a look at it in a minute. Then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at your look and vibe through the eyes of others. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd also like to announce I am available for pre-bookings for next month. So if you'd like to book with me for personal readings, then you can find my email address in my description box below. So we're going to start out with the tarot cards, and then we're going to look at the oracle cards that you chose. So, spirit guides in my pile number 1s, their look and vibe through the eyes of others. Their look and vibe through the eyes of others. Interesting that you chose the Morning Star card, and we literally have the Star card popping out here. I love that. Okay, so that's all the cards I'm going to take for now. So we have the Nine of Pentacles showing up first with Budstone. Then we have the Star with Moldavite. Then we have the Five of Swords reversed with Smoky Quartz. Then we have the World with Turquoise. The Page of Pentacles with Fluorite. And Queen of Swords with Black Diamond. So first thing I'm getting right off the bat, we have a lot of greens and blues here. So there is this feeling of you, some of you may be having a green or blue aura, because we're also looking at your vibe, that how other people see your vibe. So when I see green or blue auras in a reading like this, I'd usually take it as somebody with the green in touch with their heart chakra, because green is the color of the heart chakra. Green auras usually have very healing energy, and that's confirmed with the star here. When I see blue auras, I usually see a person that is living in their truth, a person that loves to have that kind of self-expression, confirmed with the Queen of Swords. Maybe you're somebody that loves to communicate, chat. I guess this is just how other people see you from your vibe, whether you relate to this or not. And there's this feeling here of people seeing you as extremely truthful, valuing truth and honesty, integrity within people. You don't want relationships around you where a person's not being completely honest. So that's how other people are seeing your vibe. Also what I'm getting here is with the star. With the star, you're somebody that stands out in terms of your physical appearance. I'd describe your physical appearance, your beauty, as timeless in some way. And it doesn't just have to be for women watching, but when I say beauty, I mean for everybody. Okay, so with the world here, it's like you could go all over the world and still be seen as attractive to different people across the world. So there is like this kind of worldly beauty, yet at the same time, timeless beauty, and a look that stands out. Maybe some of you are constantly changing your look with Moldavite here, because Moldavite is a tektite that brings change, but like huge transformations, huge changes. It's not just like small changes. So some of you could make big changes to the way that you look constantly, but your vibe could also constantly change and shapeshift. And when I say shapeshift, I mean, when I look at your aura, you're somebody that can shift your energies, shift your vibrations very quickly. You're somebody, Spirit is showing me like a snake that can transform. And, when people hear snakes, they always think of something bad, but snakes are actually incredible messages of transformation. So there's something about that coming through where you're always shifting and transforming, and you can change any sort of outcome within your life. I feel like you're constantly healing yourself, you're constantly evolving, bettering yourself, letting go of things that don't serve you. So your vibe and aura is constantly changing and evolving, constantly moving, like this world. It's constantly going around. That's what I'm basically getting here. There's something about your eyes that are quite beautiful and sexy. Very hypnotizing eyes. That's how you look from the eyes of others. People also really like your eyebrows. Something about the earrings you wear for the women here. But I'm definitely picking up your eyes are a strong factor that people like to look at in terms of your look. I'm getting like very sexy eyes. There's also something about you coming across as somebody within your look that loves to express yourself through fashion, hair, makeup for the women. There's something here about self-expression coming through, maybe even creative expression through the way that you dress. And people think that you're very creative with the way that you dress. There's also something about your hands and nails always looking good. There's something about your skin that is so glowy and radiant. And it looks very moisturized and soft. Whether you actually do any kind of like skincare, or if you do moisturize your skin or not, I don't know. It just looks very moisturized and radiant. You look glowy in the best possible way. Yeah, your eyes definitely stand out. And for the women here, if you ever wear eyeliner, it looks really good on you. Or any eye makeup really just makes your eyes stand out more, because I think that's a physical feature you have that stands out the most. There's something about your energy that has a lot of light in it. That is how other people are viewing it. And there's also something about your energy that is quite healing with the star. So people get that from your vibe, that they just feel very comfortable around you. With the Five of Swords reverse, I'm getting, people with trust issues, where people have been betrayed before, kind of instantly trust you. I just get that message intuitively since it's next to the star, where it's like when they're around you, they feel this very nurturing energy, this very motherly energy. I feel that energetically, right? Like you're very comforting to people. Your energy and your vibe. And people see you as somebody that also wants to create financial abundance. People see your vibe as very independent. I hear go-getter energy. And you're that light that shines within the darkness. When people are going through darkness, they see you as that light. People also see you and your vibe and your look as very inspiring. Your story as inspiring. Like the things you've achieved. You give off this vibe of like somebody that wants to achieve big things. Somebody that's constantly learning, growing, putting their focus on the things they want in life. And you give off this type of vibe like you're very kind, I'll say that, with a very comforting, healing energy, but you also don't take BS from others. You speak your truth. Nobody's gonna lie to you. Like, you'll be able to tell. That's kind of what I'm getting here. I'm gonna pull some more cards. Before we look at the oracle card you chose, I first want to get some of the Britney Spears oracle and get some cards from there. And then we're going to look at these oracle cards. And then after that, we're going to get some more oracle cards. Because with these kind of readings, with your look and your vibe, I kind of want to get more oracle cards than tarot, read more intuitively than just based on the tarot card meanings. Okay, so let's do that. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoyed this video so far and would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to everyone that supports my channel. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm sending you so much love and positive vibrations. So what's funny is we have the artist after shuffling. So some of you could give off this vibe of creativity. Whether you are a creative person or not, you could just give off that vibe, you know? Maybe even in the way that you look, it could come across as very creative. There's something also about accessories people notice you're wearing. I'm seeing clairvoyantly somebody wearing clothes and it just fits their body perfectly and shows off their figure perfectly. So what Spirit is showing me as an example is, let's say a woman is wearing a dress and it shows off her physique beautifully. It falls perfectly on her body, you know, really shows off her body. So if you were a woman that had curves as an example, you know, maybe it would show off your curves. If you are more on the slimmer side or petite side, you know, maybe it would show off your body in that sense. If you're more of this medium type of body, then same thing, but just showing off your physique. If you're a man, it could be that certain clothes are tight on your body or loose on your body and show off your physique. Something about that is coming through, and I'm clairvoyantly seeing Marilyn Monroe when I look at her image. I don't know, it just reminds me of Marilyn. So you have this kind of celebrity energy with the star. I mean, you even chose the morning star here. So it's like you have the celebrity energy, the star-like factor to you, it factor to you that you can turn on. And it's like, even though you're probably most of you watching are just like normal human beings, you still have that energy where people could see you being in the spotlight. Maybe they see you being extremely attractive, where they could see you being a celebrity or having that type of it factor to you. Maybe you're just somebody with that vibe where people can see you being in the creative arts, shining through that, shining through your talents, you know, things like that. So I'm seeing very prominent Aquarius energy. So whether this is your sign or not, people could just guess this is your sign based off your vibe too and your look. So I'm seeing strong Aquarius energy. This could even be your rising sign, because we're looking at your look. And the rising sign in astrology is usually what people see first, if I'm not mistaken. I also see strong fixed sign energy. So Taurus, Aquarius, I've mentioned, Leo, Scorpio. Strong air sign energy. So Gemini and Libra. And then I'm also hearing Virgo. So let's see what other cards you have. So their look and vibe through the eyes of others for pile 1, please. Spirit guides of pile 1. We have the Visionary. My deck was upside down. I don't know why that happens to me. Okay, next card we have is the Fitness Fan. We have the Movie Star. What did I say? You know, I can't make this up. You see all these cards have stars on them. The Spotlight. I mean, 2 cards. 1 card about the Spotlight, 1 about Movie Star. Like, again, people see you to have this kind of celebrity it factor to you, where they can see you being in the public eye. They can see you doing entertainment of some kind. Like, maybe you just seem like you have that type of vibe or personality, and you just seem so attractive that people can see you being in the spotlight. If any of you have small tattoos, I'm seeing more so small tattoos, but tattoos in general, people could also really notice that within your look. We have the Snake Charmer at the back of the deck. So whenever I see this card, I see this as somebody that's extremely sexy. I'm hearing the word tantalizing. I don't know if that's even a real word. Let me just see. Oh, it is a real word. So it says something, oh, tormenting or teasing with the sight or promise of something unattainable. So it's like maybe there's something very seductive about the way that you look, sexy about the way that you look, but it's like you're unattainable. You can look, but you can't touch. That's the kind of vibe you're giving off from your look and your vibe. Like, you can look, but don't touch. You give off this vibe of confidence. Whether you feel that way or not, you just give off that vibe to others when they're looking at you. And you also have a very beautiful smile, because in these images here, she has a very big smile. Something about your laughter too, because when I look at this card, it's like your laughter, your smile is so cute to others. I heard in the blink of an eye, you're gone. So when people don't appreciate you, in the blink of an eye, you're gone. You don't settle for less. That's the vibe you give off. With a fitness fan, you could give off a vibe. I don't know why I'm speaking so fast that I can't catch my words. You could give off a vibe that you either like fitness, you are maybe like a very active person, you like moving your body around in ways. I'm even seeing dance or Moomba for somebody, or like just moving your body around a lot. Or your body could just look good in the sense where people just maybe assume you take good care of your health and your body and your physique. And with the visionary here, you do give off this vibe of somebody that is a visionary, has that artist energy, creative energy. You give off that vibe of somebody that wants to believe in the biggest dreams you have, achieve the biggest dreams you have, really put yourself out there and get outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes your style could come across as quite casual but chic, yet sometimes it comes across as very glamorous. And I hear you have that type of allure and magnetism to you. So now let's take a look at, oh my gosh, pile two's card just fell down there. I feel very all over the place in your reading. I don't know if some of you give off that vibe, or if it's just me. I don't know. We have the morning star with my ego is in service of my soul. I trust my soul's divine timing. So again, star-like energy. Some of you could look very beautiful with curls, because I'm looking at her curls here and hers. Some of you have very rosy cheeks or rosacea, and it looks very gorgeous actually. And I'm also getting some of you either have full cheeks where like when you smile, your cheeks are very cute, or some of you have very prominent cheekbones. There's also something about your lips that are quite gorgeous, especially when you smile. It just shows that off even more. And yeah, I keep picking up on that glamour, that allure with this pile. Let's get some more oracle cards from this deck. So their look and vibe from the eyes of others, please, for pile number 1. We have the warrior saint with I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. And we have Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Okay, so you give off this vibe of fierceness. I keep seeing curls in this pile. Either you love to curl your hair on your own, or you have very naturally curly hair. I'm getting that your fashion style comes across as very you. It doesn't seem like you're trying to be somebody you're not. It seems very you. I keep getting something about your eyes, like people look into your eyes and feel almost like seduced by you. You give off this vibe of like, I have confidence in myself, but I'm not egotistical. You know, it's taken a while to build up the sense of confidence. You know, and I'm allowed to walk through life feeling good about myself. Maybe you even give off this vibe of like, I do certain things where I put effort into my look, because when I look good, I feel good. I'm hearing effortless kind of look. And you also give off the vibe for some of you that you can speak multiple languages, or something about the culture you come from, where it's like people maybe think you can speak different languages. You also seem like somebody that shoots your shot towards things you want. Like, you put yourself out there, you're not coming across as shy. And even if you are, scared to do certain things, you still shoot your shots and put yourself out there. You still try to get outside of your comfort zone. That's kind of what people get from you, and that kind of like fierce, feisty vibe. You give off warrioress energy, where it's like you've been through a lot in life, but I feel the energy of energy medicine. You've been healing yourself from the things you've been through in life, but you've come out of it stronger. You also give off this vibe of being extremely devoted to the ones you love, extremely giving to the ones you love, but also independent. And you also give off this vibe of being very curious and inquisitive. And I keep getting like jewelry, accessories. People really notice that. So now let's take a look at the other oracle cards we're going to get. So spirit guides on my pile, number ones. Some of you could have hazel eyes, brown eyes. I'm also picking up on darker eyes, darker hair. So their look and vibe through the eyes of others, please. So we have turquoise with the earth element and perseverance. We have aquamarine with the water element and intuition. We have citrine with sun and clarity. Okay, so the vibe you give off, you seem like a very happy-go-lucky person to others. And sometimes others look into our life and maybe, okay, like let's say they see you laughing or smiling one day and maybe they assume you're always like that. Whereas some of you are actually very happy-go-lucky people. Whereas some of you aren't, but like people have maybe just seen you on days where you were really happy. But I'm also getting with the sun, you give all this vibe of being that light in the darkness for others within your aura. Like you give hope to others. You bring light to others when they're going through things. I hear light bringer. And there's something about you being extremely positive even though you've been through harsh challenges in life. I keep getting a sexiness, a seductiveness with this pile, but I also get that your sacral chakra and your heart chakra are extremely open when I look at your energy. And so you're very magnetic to people, places, things you want to attract. It's like I'm seeing your energy field, right? And I'm seeing the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. And it almost pulls things to you that you want, that you love. Where people almost feel like they can't resist you. You're very irresistible. With the water element here and intuition, you do give off that vibe of seeing through people. You may even be giving off a vibe of being an empath, where you can feel other people's emotions. You could have that strong clairsentience. So clairsentience is the ability to feel other people's emotions, but also bring healing to them for that. Yeah, you do give off this vibe of being an extremely empathetic person. Your aura can sometimes be a little bit of a sponge, but it can also clear other people's energies. So if somebody's holding on to strong emotions, sometimes your aura will naturally like absorb that and clear that for them. So sometimes, like, let's say you just go out with a friend and you come home and all of a sudden you're extremely sad, but you weren't sad before. That is a sign that, you've picked up on somebody else's emotions. You give off this vibe from your energy where it's like you're extremely grounded, yet also in touch with your emotions. You've watered yourself and you have started to bloom as a person. You've started to build the life you do want based off where your heart is taking you, where your passion is taking you. That's the vibe you give off. And you also give it this vibe of like, I'm not going to give up on the things I want in life. I'm going to persevere till the end. And you also give off this vibe of I know what I want in life. I know what makes me happy. I know what I love. I know what I want in my relationships, for work. Whether you do or not, you just give off this vibe of like, you're sure of yourself. When you make a decision, you're sure of yourself. You don't need other people's opinions on that. So this is what I have for you, pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this blue lace agate crystal and the Prophetess of the Sacred Way, then this is your reading. We're going to take a look at your oracle cards later on. In this reading, we're going to be taking a look at your look and vibe through the eyes of others. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Please also note that I am available for personal readings next month. So if you'd like to pre-book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So let's start off with your tarot cards, and then we're going to get the oracle cards that you chose. More oracle cards, and then more oracle cards. So in this reading, we'll do tarot in the beginning, but I kind of wanted to use intuition more than the tarot card meaning. So yeah. Spirit guides of pile number 2s. Spirit guides of pile number 2s. Their look and vibe through the eyes of others. Their look and vibe through the eyes of others. So we have the 9 of Pentacles with Bloodstone showing up first. Their look and vibe through the eyes of others. 4 of Pentacles with Apophyllite. We have the 5 of Wands with Selenite. We have the Queen of Pentacles with Gold. We have the Ace of Swords with Tiger's Eye. And the Page of Swords with Desert Rose. Okay, so let me just analyze this for a second, and I'll tell you exactly what I see here. So in terms of your vibe and your aura, you give off this very earthy vibe, right? Or very like air sign vibe within your aura, but you know, this could either be your actual zodiac sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but people could maybe just assume this is your zodiac sign based off your vibe. So take it as it resonates. I'm seeing a lot of lunar energy in terms of your vibe. Some of you actually have a moon tattoo, because I'm very drawn to our moon tattoo here. But anyway, like even if you don't have a moon tattoo, there's something about you giving off lunar energy. So, you know, like the moon always has its phases of change. Maybe you're somebody that is constantly changing, but in a good way. There's something about finding wholeness within. There's something about a strong intuition here. Maybe some of you are night owls. And there's something here about people getting that vibe that you also are very in touch with the other side. I don't know if some of you have mediumship abilities or are just extremely intuitive. Maybe some of you like to dream or just have a lot of dreams that tell you the future or give you insights into things. There's something about that energy coming through, like the night, the stars, but more so the moon. You also give off this vibe from your energy as if you don't like conflict. Sure, you know, we all get into conflicts here and there, disagreements here and there, but with selenite here on the bottom of 5 of Wands, there's this feeling of you being that type of person that is either the mediator, or you could be that type of person that likes to clear fights as soon as it happens. Because selenite is a very clearing crystal, right? So maybe you're not somebody that likes to hold grudges against people. Maybe some of you have struggled with that, but you don't like to hold grudges against people. You like to free yourself and not hold on to that anger. And you like to clear things up with people as soon as they happen. You don't like to let things like resentment bubble up too much. You get what I mean? So I'm seeing something like that. Some of you may have been drawn to pile 1 because I am seeing some similarities here. The Nine of Pentacles was also their first card, and I also mentioned a snake that also transforms, because snakes are messages of transformation, and here we see a snake. So if you were drawn to pile 1, I highly recommend you watch it, because I also said to them they have a very healing energy, and I am picking up on that like medicine woman, medicine man energy with this pile. Blue lace agate is also an extremely healing crystal. There's something about this pile in terms of your look. With a snake, I'm getting there's something about the way you move, because I'm currently seeing like a snake that is moving like this. So it doesn't necessarily mean people see you as a snake. People often don't like the snake meaning, but we also have positive connotations to it, which means transformation. But also when you look at how a snake moves, it's very much like this. So there's something about the way you move your body, something about the way you walk, especially for the woman here. Like, you have this very sexy way of walking, the way you move your hips. Something about that's coming through. You have this very hypnotizing kind of energy. I'm almost feeling when it comes to your facial features, I'm feeling this energetically. Your face has this kind of mystique to it. It has this energy where you have this look that is kind of bold, that makes people want to stare at you. But it's almost like that look that is quite dramatic. So the way I almost want to describe this is it stands out. You know, maybe for some of you, there's something about a high contrast between your skin and hair. And there's something here about like your look having strong features to it, right? Where it's like people will notice that. How do I explain this, Spirit? Because I don't feel like I'm explaining it the way I see it, clairvoyantly. You know how some people have that softer look where their face kind of just blends in with their clothes, and it's not bad, it's just like more of a softer look. But then there are some people with that very dramatic, bold look. Maybe even not just the way they dress, but I'm talking about facial features here where the facial features just stand out. They pop in some way. There is a contrast with the facial features standing out against the clothes, where you see the face first, not the clothes. So something about that is coming through. But some of you could have like more of this boho way of dressing, free-spirited way of dressing. Some of you could dress in more of the soft way, because I'm seeing corsets, soft dresses for the women here. And for the men watching, you know, you could have that kind of dramatic look too in terms of your facial features, but also wear more like flowy, loose clothes. So I'm seeing maybe a man that wears something and his clothes are more loose and flowy, and it's like buttoned down or something like that in terms of shirts. I'm seeing Greece. I don't know if some of you are from there. I'm also getting people get the vibe of marriage material from this pile, because I'm very drawn to her veil here. And for some of you, people get a witchy vibe from you, whether you are, you know, into magic or not. Maybe you just give off like that magical energy. Because I'm also picking up this pile has that ability to manifest things very quickly. But there's also like this telepathic kind of feeling with you, like sometimes people will be around you and they'll think something and then you say it immediately after. So there's something about them noticing the telepathy. Or I'm hearing speak of the devil. You know that quote when somebody says speak of the devil and they're just talking about you and then you suddenly show up or phone them? There's something about that telepathy showing through where it's like, are you a mind reader? People almost feel that from you. And when they look at your vibe, it comes across very much like a tree, very much like earthy, grounding when they look at your vibe. There's something about you coming across as very independent. And when I say independence, I feel like you're very self-sufficient. You can do things on your own. I'm not saying you don't need help from others, but I feel like you've also gone through life circumstances where maybe you didn't have the luxury of being able to get help from others. So you had to figure out things on your own, figure your own way out. And maybe sometimes you've adapted so much to figuring things out on your own that sometimes you don't even think of asking others for help because you're pretty much used to it. Your mind seems very calm. I don't know if some of you like to meditate or do things for your mental health or do things that calm your mind down, but your mind seems very calm. As I'm in your energy, I even feel like I'm slowing down. I don't feel like I'm rushing through the reading. I feel very grounded. I feel very at peace within your energy. So this is what people get from your vibe. And I'm really looking at them here with eyes look closed. I don't know if some of you have like a sleepy kind of vibe to you or tired eyes, sleepy eyes, but it's kind of cute. I don't know if some of you have tattoos. And when I say your vibe gives off like a tree kind of vibe, I also get like flowers. So like naturey kind of vibe. I'd say if I had to describe this in the best way, if you look at Mother Earth, your energy is very similar to hers. If I had to just describe it as an example, maybe you could have her as a guide or could have worked with her in this life or past lifetimes. You're very connected to Mother Earth. Maybe some of you give off the vibe like you care for the earth, you care for animals, things like that. Some of you may even give off a vibe of being extremely charitable. So, if you had a huge amount of money, you'd be extremely charitable. There's something about that coming through. So, when people look at your facial features, there is something about your cheeks coming through, but it's not necessarily. I'm finding it hard to explain the facial features. But okay, in pile one, I said to them either they have like very strong cheekbones, high cheekbones, or like very full cheeks where when they smile it looks very cute. But with this pile it's more so like I'm picking up on a flatness by the cheeks. It's not like full or high cheekbones, but it's more flat, but it's beautiful. And I don't know, for the women here, some of you like to brighten your under eyes or just contour there or something about that showing through. And like for the women here, when you wear lipsticks, it looks very good on you. But I'm more so picking up on like nudes, browns, things like that. I don't know if some of you like to wear more earthy toned clothes, because I'm really looking at the colors here and it's giving off like earthy tones, neutral tones, minimalism, whereas some of you dress up very bougie with the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you have braids or dreadlocks, and I'm really picking up when people look at your look, they really like your eyebrows. So I'm picking up on more thin eyebrows rather than very thick eyebrows, but it looks shaped and it looks good on you. There's also something about your hair cascading, falling perfectly around your face, framing your face beautifully. Regardless of your gender, that is definitely coming through. For the woman here, something about cleavage. I don't feel like this pile shows too much skin because I feel like this pile is a little bit more modest in the way that you dress. But when you do show a little bit of skin, it has like that sexy touch to it where it doesn't look over the top, if that makes sense. And there, of course, is no such thing as over the top. Anybody can dress the way they want. I've even sometimes dressed in that way when I was younger. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying in this pile, I feel there's more a sense of modesty. But when you show skin, you show a little bit, but it still has like a sexiness to it. Okay, where it suits you. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting here. Something about rings, nail polish for the women. I'm seeing something weird for the men here. That I don't really want to say. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna say it's more of a 18 plus message. So if you're not comfortable with that, you can skip over this. Okay, so I'm seeing, when a man wears pants and they're tight around him and people can see his bulge. So I'm seeing like other people that are attracted to you look in that direction. I don't know why. It's coming across as like a little bit creepy, but I'm seeing it clairvoyantly. But there's something about your assets for the women, men, non-binary, like people looking in that direction. So you're behind your chest area for the woman, take it as it resonates as per you, but something about people almost like undressing you with their eyes. Even if you dress quite modestly, even if you don't wear tight clothes, it's like they're trying to use their imagination. I don't know, weird message that I'm getting it. There's also some of you coming across as like, I dress quite casual, but still look put together. Where it's like some of you like to wear more lounge wear, but still look put together. Some of you could have that type of look where you, again, it's like coming through as minimalistic, but put together, clean, neat, tidy. Like clean girl aesthetic for some of you. Clean boy aesthetic. Okay. And some of you give off this vibe of like being a foodie. I'm also seeing something about self-love. And I'm also seeing something about like a love for makeup, hair, fashion. I'm seeing somebody like have a love for photography or something about you just looking extremely photogenic if you ever post pictures on social media. And there's also something here about you being a good decision maker, being extremely responsible, wanting to create your own sort of success within your career and finances. You give all this vibe of like, yes, I want to attract money. Even if you're more spiritual, I'm living on a physical world. I'm hearing that song, Material Girl. But it's not coming through as that song that's like, we are living in a material world and I am a material girl. So it's coming across as not like materialistic, but more so, I can be a spiritual being, but still love the physical things too, because we're living on a physical earth. And, if I create abundance, more resources, I can also help others with that. Let's get your oracle cards now. So I'm first going to pull some cards from the Britney Spears oracle, and then we're going to get the oracle cards that you chose. So they're look and vibe through the eyes of others. Some of you give off a vibe like you like gardening. I'm even seeing something about movies, having a love for films, movies. We have the cusp. So with the cusp, some of you have a vibe to you that is quite contradictory, where it's like people can't quite figure you out, right? And you could have a multifaceted nature to you where you can't necessarily be put in a box. And it's like, okay, I can hold two beliefs at the same time. I can see two perspectives at the same time from an unbiased place. I can also have two opposing traits that are quite contradictory to each other where it will confuse people. So I'm seeing something about that, people getting that vibe from you. But also with the cusp, this can talk about from your look. For some of you, like, maybe switching up your aesthetics. So I'm clairvoyantly seeing a woman that I follow on YouTube. I'm not really sure her name, but she switches between aesthetics all the time. And she likes experimenting with different aesthetics and vibes to the way she looks. So some of you could be like that or give off this vibe of like, I can change it up, switch it up. Maybe I can be extremely casual, but then also bougie the next day. It's giving that vibe of like changing things up, switching things up. The bubblegum Brit. And even if it doesn't have to do with aesthetics, maybe you could just always dress in different ways where it's not always the same. So what Spirit is showing me is, when some people do art and then they draw the same thing over and over again, you're not giving off that vibe. It's like, I'll draw different things each day. but in terms of fashion and the things you wear and the way you express yourself, clothing-wise. The flight attendant in the reverse. Some of you could give off this vibe of like, I want to travel the world, more of this free-spirited vibe. Some of you could actually work as a flight attendant or pilot. Maybe people have seen you in your uniform, maybe for 1 or 2 people here. And then we also have this fairy at the back of the deck with the seeker. So some of you could give off like a fairy-like vibe, a mystique to the way that you look. But there's also like an intimidation factor to the way that you look for some of you. With that mystique where it's coming across as more mysterious. Whereas for some of you, it's coming across as more like softer, fairy-like. I hope that makes sense. I'm hearing you can wear a trash bag and still look good. Like, I don't know. People just feel like you can wear anything and still look good. Because it's not the clothes that are wearing you. You're wearing the clothes. That's what I'm getting from this pile. Oh my gosh. So with the bubblegum Brit in reverse, we can see her serving a milkshake. So people may get this vibe from you, whether it's true or not. They just think this about you. Maybe you're not the type of person that will go and do little things for people, like bring them things. Maybe you're that type of person that's like, you have hands, do it yourself. I don't know. I'm getting that vibe from that card in reverse intuitively. Whether you agree with it or not, this is just what people think. You also give us the vibe like I can be attractive yet smart at the same time. We have the Prophetess of the Sacred Way, the card you chose. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Okay, some of you could have very straight hair. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing shoulder length hair for the women, and I'm seeing very long hair. And I'm seeing cute hairstyles, accessories in your hair, something like that. For the men, what am I seeing? I'm also seeing straight hair, shorter hair, but also longer hair for the men. So I'm seeing men with long hair as well. So spirit guides of pile number 2s. I see something about lip gloss looking good on this pile, or something about your lips looking moisturized if you don't wear lip gloss. So their look and vibe through the eyes of others, please, spirit guides of pile 2. We have the goddess of magic with sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. And we have the saint of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I'm the author of my own story. So you have this kind of vibe of, I take control of my own life. I don't let my life pass me by and then complain about it after. You know, if I don't like something about my life, I'm going to make that choice, the decision to put action towards what I want. Figure out, learn how to get where I want and not just complain about things. So that's kind of the vibe you give off. Like you believe in yourself. And sometimes when you don't know what to do, you just trust that the universe will give you a sign or some kind of direction. There's something about you giving off this vibe of magic with the goddess of magic. I mentioned that before. There's also connections back to Egypt, Native American energy. Some of you could actually be from Egypt or be Native American. Not all, but some watching. People get this vibe from you that you like to be out in nature, that you don't always like to be cooped up in your home. So you may be a nature lover, an animal lover, like you love pets, animals. Some of you have many pets or animals, or people just get that vibe like you'd have 12 dogs. I'm getting that because I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. You seem very authentic to yourself, like you're not hiding anything from anybody. Very true to yourself and transparent. And you're also careful of the words you say to others because maybe you've experienced hurt and pain from things other people have said to you and you understand how hurt that words can really hurt and they can stay in your mind for a long time. So there's something about you being mindful of things you say to people and how that may affect people. I know I mentioned straight hair, but there are so many of you watching. Remember, this is a general reading. Some of you could have more wavy hair, beach waves, something that's coming through here with this card. I don't know, I'm seeing some of you like to wear waist beads. Cause I'm really drawn to this here. I think she's wearing waist beads. And for the women that do wear makeup here, your makeup really looks good on your face. I feel like this pile, some of you like to get glammed up, whereas some of you don't really like makeup that much, but you still have a natural beauty. So I guess just take it as it resonates. Again, this is a general reading, so many of you watching, so I don't want comments that are like, oh, that's so contradictory. Okay, there is a sexiness to the way that you look, but you also give off this vibe that you are careful with who you share your sexual energy with. I don't know if some of you believe in soul ties or just believe that your energy is sacred and that you can't just share it with any kind of person, with anybody at all. And so I'm seeing something like that. I'm seeing something about the five senses and being extremely in touch with your senses. So I mentioned foodies before. So Spirit is showing me an example of somebody that loves to taste food and really let the food like envelop your taste buds. Somebody that really listens to music and feels the energy of the music. Somebody that, like, let's say you're doing something, you're really present within that, within your senses, within the pleasure you feel in each moment, the little moments in life. Even if they seem small to others, you give off this vibe of like, I'm romanticizing every little moment of my day, taking it extremely slow, enjoying it. There's that strong sacral chakra energy of pleasure here. And not just sexual pleasure, but I'm talking about little pleasures of life. There's something about your voice that is very sexy. I'm hearing that clairvoyantly. And you always follow your heart. Rather than just logic, you know that your heart is going to lead you to your destiny, to your purpose, to the things you want in life. Like the forest, you seem very peaceful, yet at the same time very mysterious. Because when you go into a forest, you can get very lost there. It's that type of energy. I'm also picking up your aura is very protected. I don't know if somebody here actually does protection magic or if you are just very protected by your spirit guides. I'm seeing something about that. So let's get your last oracle cards. Your reading was a little bit long. Sorry for that, but I felt a lot of information come through for this pile. Okay, so spirit guides of pile number 2's. Their look and vibe through the eyes of others. We have smoky amazonite, regular star, and abundance. So again, some of you have that bougie type of look to you, or you just look abundant in some way. I mean, you have the Queen of Pentacles in abundance. That's not a coincidence. We have moss agate with heart chakra and intention. Let me just do this. So some of you have like a heart-shaped face where your chin comes more out, but it's beautiful. Whereas some of you have more of that kind of slanted face. When I say slanted, I mean like this. I don't know if that's the right word. Like her face goes out like this and comes like this, where it's not necessarily square-like, but I'm seeing something like that. So with the heart chakra, you give all this vibe that you're very in touch with your heart. I mean, here we have my heart is a compass, and then here we have heart chakra. So you're always following your heart. and it leads you to the abundant things that you want within life. Not just physical abundance, but the treasures of life. Okay, then we have Azurite with Saturn, discipline in the reverse. So I do feel with Saturn, you've been through a lot in life. Saturn is the planet of restrictions, hardships. Some of you could also have Saturn within your first house, where maybe you've had certain life circumstances where you've learned lessons around the self, lessons around who I am, what type of person I want to be, lessons around, okay, do I feel good enough about myself? How do I feel about my body, the way I look? Maybe some of you have learned from your insecurities, because that's what I always see with Saturn in the first house. I have Saturn in the first house, but since we're doing your look and your vibe, I'm thinking of the first house in astrology, the rising sign. I'm also getting some of you have like an Earth rising, Aquarius rising, Capricorn rising. I'm getting that too, because Aquarius and Capricorn are ruled by Saturn. Some of you, Spirit is showing me, have a very fit physique, where some of you are coming more across as like curvy, voluptuous, whereas some of you come across as very slim for the woman, yeah. But it's like, it looks good. And then for the men, I'm getting, okay, I'm also getting the same but different. So for the men, I'm seeing either men that like to exercise, gym, non-binary too. You could also have a very fit physique, or your body just looks fit. And then I'm seeing, in that case, also men that have, I don't know if I want to say this, a juicy behind, if you know what I mean, because I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. Like other people like to look at that area, even for the women here, non-binary too. And then I'm seeing some men that are a little bit more slim, but it looks good on you. So I'm also seeing some men that are like tall and slim, but it looks good. Like people are attracted to that. Okay, with Saturn in reverse, I'm also getting this vibe from you. You've had your whole life where you've been disciplined, where you've worked extremely hard, where you've really, really like pushed for the things you wanted in life. But I feel something has changed within your energy, where you now want softness. Before, maybe you were in this vibe of like, I need to get through these struggles, I need to survive. Maybe you were in survival mode, but now it's coming across as, I don't need to burn myself out to make money. I want to live a soft life. I don't need to have a struggle love. I don't need to have struggles in life to get my way. I don't want to even be strong anymore or like go through lessons anymore. I've already learned all the lessons. I want to complete that chapter of lessons and move into this phase of my life where I'm actually enjoying my life. Not just learning lessons, not just going through hurdles and challenges, and looking at it as a lesson. There's this vibe of you going outside of your comfort zone. And in order to release those cycles, those lessons that Saturn brings, we need to fully get outside our comfort zone and go towards our North Node, go towards our purpose, show the universe through those tests that we've learned those lessons and we're not going back to that. So that is the vibe people are currently getting from you. And it's not like they're saying or thinking you're not a hard worker. It's more so, I don't need to burn myself out to get abundance. It's more so that energy. And, if I put my heart and soul into what I do, that's all that matters. The result is not what matters. Of course, I want abundance here with abundance, but I really want to put my heart into it. So people are getting that vibe from you in your career. And I keep getting an attractive voice. and lots of sensuality within this pile, lots of sexiness. So this is what I have for you, pile number 2. Quite a long reading, sorry about that, but I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Pyrite crystal and the Enlightened Feminine card, which we're going to use later, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at your look and vibe through the eyes of others. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before I get started, I'd also like to announce I am available for personal readings next month. So if you'd like to pre-book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So we're going to start out with some tarot cards. But I think my focus on this type of reading is going to be more so on the oracle cards. I'm going to pull a lot of oracle cards after the tarot to more so use my intuition for this type of reading. So, okay, spirit guides. This card came out for all 3 piles first, which is so weird. So the 9 of Pentacles with Bloodstone, I don't know why. And I did shuffle the cards even before the reading. So spirit guides of pile number 3s, their look and vibe through the eyes of others. Their look and vibe from the eyes of others. We have the Knight of Pentacles with green jasper. Okay, I'm going to reshuffle the cards because pile number 2's cards are coming out. So let me just do that. Sorry about that, pile 3. So, spirit guides of pile number 3s. Spirit guides of pile number 3s. We have the King of Wands with Laurimar. And we have the Ace of Cups with Coralto Calcite. Their look and vibe through the eyes of others. We have the Moon with Moonstone. We have the 8 of Pentacles with Zoistite. We have the King of Swords with Black Spinel. I'm seeing the movie Think Like a Man and Justice with Sapphire. So there could also be a lot of men watching this pile specifically with the King of Swords, King of Wands. But then if you're a woman watching, then you could relate to that energy of being feminine, but also having that ability to think like a man, be a little bit more independent, like be self-sufficient in a way where you can do things yourself. I'm seeing clairvoyantly sure when she says, Mom, I don't need a rich man, I am a rich man. So I'm seeing boss babe energy for this pile. Maybe that's why that Queen of Pentacles card was coming out first. So if you were drawn to pile 2, since a lot of pile 2's cards tried to come out for you, then maybe go ahead and watch that. So in terms of zodiac signs I see here, this could be your zodiac sign. Zodiac signs people would guess for you, or your rising sign, because when we think of the rising sign in astrology, it has to do with our look and how we come across to the world. And also, yeah, like the first thing people see within us. So I'm seeing Libra, I'm seeing Cancer energy and water sign energy quite strongly actually. And I'm also seeing maybe some earth sign energy, but I'm more so picking up on water sign energy and Libra energy. Again, this could be your actual zodiac sign or just a zodiac sign people kind of guess from you, or your rising sign. There's something here about this pile being very in touch with their emotions, with the moon, and yeah, I get that you're a very deep pile. So there's this feeling here with this pile where people just get this vibe from you that you're not afraid to feel your emotions. You're not afraid to dive deep within your emotions and come to the surface where you heal something within yourself after doing that. Okay, there's something here also about you being very in touch with your higher self, with the angelic realms. Spirit is showing me the fairy tale movies where the princesses, sing and then the birds come towards them, and animals come towards them. So you could have a very magnetic aura where you attract certain things to you through your vibration. But also animals and children could be very drawn to your aura. I feel like your aura comes across and your vibe comes across as very divine and pure and angelic in some way. You could also look very angelic in some way or have an innocent sort of look to your face. There is something about you giving off a vibe of emotional intelligence, yet at the same time being very logical and intelligent through the mind. So having both sides, having the best of both worlds. People kind of see you as a person that lives in your own world, has your head in the clouds. Very dreamy type of look and vibe. In terms of your look, I am seeing more rounded features. So what I mean by this is like lips that come across as quite rounded within the shape, or a nose that comes across as very rounded, or a facial shape that comes across as very rounded, or very big eyes, very big round eyes. I'm seeing something about rounded features, even for some of you, like cartoonish features, where like people look at your eyes and maybe you have like very cartoon-like eyes. So when you look at cartoons and their eyes are so big and cute, some of you have eyes like that. And some of you have like a very, very dreamy eyes. So what Spirit is showing me? When certain people are looking at you and their eyes are a little bit rested. I want to use the word rested because they're not like looking at you with their eyes wide open. It's like kind of rested. So the example Spirit is using is, when people smoke weed and their eyes are like kind of like rested. If you know what I'm talking about. That's what Spirit is using as an example. But some of you have eyes that are naturally like that, not from like doing any kind of substance or anything like that, but I'm seeing something along those lines and it's quite sexy yet dreamy at the same time. So, Marilyn Monroe's an example where she always makes her eyes like that in her pictures. I think she came up in another pile as well. There's something about this pile liking lighter colors, or looking good in blues or like cooler tones, silvers. And there's also something about a romantic essence coming through. So some of you could have more of this dreamy essence to the way that you look, whereas some of you could have more of this romantic essence to the way that you look. For the men here, you could also have like a romantic essence. I don't really know how to explain it. I just heard the word dazed. I don't know what that means. For the men here, I'm trying to think of examples for you and the women too, so that you can understand what I mean, what I'm seeing here. Spirit, please give me examples of this energy. I'm being shown Michelle Obama. I'm not sure what kind of essence she has, but they're showing me her as an example in terms of looks. What is that guy's name? I'm trying to think. They're showing me his face. He has blonde hair. Just want to see. I think his name's Chris Hemsworth. I'm seeing his image, but I don't know what kind of essence he has again, but like I'm just asking for examples of looks so you can get kind of like the vibe I'm talking about. I'm also seeing Eva Longoria. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I'm seeing her, like she has that kind of body type I'm seeing. So some of you have a body type like hers. I'm picking up on clothing styles that are either quite flowy and loose or something about like it hugging your frame, the figure you have. There's a lot of mystery with this pile. A lot of this feeling of people looking at you and your beauty. And when I say beauty, I mean that for all genders, but it's like they can't describe your beauty. It's sort of like an indescribable beauty where they look at it, they see the traits you have, but it's indescribable. It's hard to describe. There's just something about you. I'm hearing that French word in my mind. I don't know how to say it, but I'm going to play it on Google. You know, in Google, when you can play the word and it pronounces it for you so that you understand what I'm talking about. This word. Je ne sais quoi. Yes, you have that kind of thing too. You just have something about you that is quite attractive, but it's like people can't fully put their finger on it. I feel like it's a mix of your energy here with the moon that radiates out to the world and is quite magnetic, like I said before. And it's a mix of your physical, yet also you're really intelligent, which is like you have a beautiful energy, intelligence, yet also physical beauty. There's also something about your voice that is quite attractive to others, the way you speak, the way you word your sentences. And you seem like you put in a lot of effort into your look, where it looks, I want to say the word all-rounded, it looks cohesive. It looks like you put in a lot of thought into it, yet at the same time coming across as effortless. You seem like a person with a very full heart, with a lot of love to give. You seem like you have been blooming within your own way. And you seem like somebody that's very comfortable with your emotions. And you seem to let your emotions fuel you towards the things you want. So, say for instance, I'm looking at this chess game on the King of Swords, and I'm imagining a situation where maybe, let's say, a person angers you or says, you can't achieve this, and then you use your anger to fuel you towards success. Or let's just say you were having a friendly type of competition and somebody said something to you, then you'd be like, okay, I'm going to prove you wrong, I'm going to win. And you let those emotions fuel you. Or let's say you're really sad and you let those emotions fuel you towards creating something, because Spirit is showing me people that create poetry or art from their emotions. They're also showing me Taylor Swift, how she uses her breakups as her muse. So I'm seeing something along those lines. Take it as it resonates for your life, but I'm seeing that. You also have a very balanced, symmetrical face. And you have that type of face that looks very soft and youthful for all people here, but at the same time, you also look intelligent. Okay, so I feel like I got very stuck with your reading. You're not going to notice it because, of course, when I edit it, it's going to be different. But again, it's just like people find you hard to figure out. Sometimes they may even look at your vibe and find it hard to figure you out in that sense. You come across as very genuine, honest. I heard the word optimistic. So we have the femme fatale. So some of you have like that femme fatale kind of energy. We have the snake charmer. So there's a lot of sensuality here within this pile. And we have the dancer. So some of you like to dance, like to move your body around. Some of you could have like a very unique look to you through your fashion style and clothing. Very eccentric is the word I'm hearing. So remember, this is a general reading. I picked up on dreaminess for some of you. I picked up on like a sexiness, femme fatale energy. I'm also picking up on more of an edgy look. So this is a general reading. So many of you are watching. There are going to be contradictory messages. Like, I don't want to hear people in my comments saying The messages are so contradictory. Like, no, there's so many people watching. Please don't. Okay, because I've had people do that before. Okay, now we have the Enlightened Feminine, the card that you chose. I just use a crystal to cover it up. And it says, my gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. So that's very interesting. I feel like with the moon in this card, you seem like you let your intuition guide you, but you also seem like you let your emotions guide you. Not in the sense of being emotionally immature where it's like, I'm reacting harshly to my emotions and projecting it onto everybody around me, or like, you know, I'm feeling a certain type of emotion, so I'm letting it take me down a downward spiral. I'm not feeling an energy like that. It's more so an energy of like, my emotions feel me towards my success. As I described before, where it's like you let your emotions feel you to creating something great, but also letting your intuition guide you to where you're supposed to be in life. You seem very enlightened, you seem very wise in terms of your vibe. Since this woman also came out nude, there's something about people really being attracted to your body. Even opposite the snake charmer, there's a lot of sexual attraction in this pile when it comes to your look. But there's also something about your energy that is quite appealing in a way. So pile number 3 is look and vibe through the eyes of others. We have, I need to cover this. So we have the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to only become more love. So again, like I said, you know, when you go through things that feel very harsh, it doesn't feel like you're projecting it onto others. It doesn't feel like you're becoming bitter, but it feels like you liberate yourself from that by letting it fuel you in some way and alchemizing that energy. So some of you actually alchemize your emotions through, for example, they're showing me dance. Like, let's just say you've really had a bad day and you go dancing and you almost like move your body to shake out all those emotions. I'm seeing something like that. Or like painting when I feel sad, or like reading when I feel sad. Doing something good for myself when I feel a certain way. That's what people get from your vibe and aura. And that you're never going to be broken from situations that seemed that they would have broken you, right? You're like the phoenix. You're very strong. You're resilient. You're going to rise above anything that tries to destroy you. We have the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. So this confirms what I said earlier about the angelic energy with this pile. You have a lot of light within your aura, and your aura is also very protected. Because I am sensing that since you have that energy of magnetism to you in the way that you look, but also your aura, you start to attract, like everybody wants to be attracted to you. Everybody wants to like go towards you, but some people just aren't good for you in general. So then your aura is going to be very protected. But also since you're very attractive, sometimes it may bring out feelings of jealousy in others, so that you're very protected from those energies. That's what I'm getting from your pile. Yeah, I'm getting something about juicy lips in this pile. I'm getting more darker hair in this pile, like dark brown, black hair. And your hair looks very sleek and shiny and healthy. And I keep getting round eyes, round features, full lips, full cheeks, but in a good way. Also, I'm getting for some of you, you could have a big chest area. I'm just seeing that clairvoyantly for some of you. Let's get some more oracle cards. So, spirit guides of pile number 3s. Their vibe and look through the eyes of others. Your vibe and look through the eyes of others. So we have a flower, agate, throat chakra, and expression. We have rose quartz, Venus, and empathy. I don't know if you can see that. So let's just do that. We have red jasper, Etzman star, and conviction. So with this pile, I also feel maybe also the reason I was quite stuck with your energy is we're doing a reading on your vibe and your look. And since your energy is very protected, I also feel the reason why people can't figure you out is because you are so protected that not everybody is going to have access to your energy or your aura, where they'd be able to get insights or information on the type of person you are. So some people will look at you and just get extremely confused, try to describe you, but it's like they're just their mind is blanked out whenever they try to describe you because your aura is protected. There's also something about you looking healthy. So maybe your skin looks healthy, glowy. Your face looks healthy, glowy. Emotionally, you look healthy and glowy. There's just a sense of healthiness here, maybe even for your hair. You also give off this very Venusian vibe within the way that you look with Venus here. So when I see Venus in a reading like this, I see somebody that is extremely attractive. Because Venus is the planet of beauty, romance, love. So it's like that romantic essence, so much beauty, so much attractiveness. Where you may even attract a lot of romantic partners to you because of the way that you look. But also with rose quartz here, you're very in touch with your heart. So then you also are very attractive to lovers and people that want to date you. Or if you're in a relationship, you could be very attracted to your partner, like your heart. There's also something about a love for the arts with Venus. And I'm clairvoyantly seeing the Aphrodite statues. And if you know the statues of her, if you've ever seen them, you know, when you look at her body doesn't exactly match up to the type of society's expectations of what a body should look like these days. But she is the most beautiful goddess of them all, and she has, you know, certain curves to her body. But her imperfections make her perfect, you know. And if she's the most beautiful goddess of them all, and she's considered that way, then, you know, there's this feeling of even the things we may feel insecure about may be our most beautiful traits. I don't know why I'm getting that message, but I am. There's also something about your voice that's attractive. I think I said that, but I'm getting that again with the throat chakra here. And the way you express yourself comes through as very flowy. It comes through as very loving too. Like you speak from your heart. You express yourself from your heart, from a genuine place. Yet you also speak your truth. You're not afraid to call people out, but in a kind way. Like it still comes across as kind and soft, but still powerful at the same time, where it's like, I don't see you necessarily shouting at people, but I see you setting boundaries. People get that vibe from you when they look at you. There's something here also about a love for self-expression. Growing your knowledge on fashion, you know, what looks good on you. Some of you may love to learn about fashion and style and things like that. And the more knowledge you get on that, the more experience you have where you can put that into your actual self-expression, your clothing. So I think this is all I have for you, pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.